Hi, everyone. Hey, I wanted to dress up for you this evening. I know it might not be evening for you wherever you're at. I don't know what time you're watching this video, but for me, it's Tuesday night. For you, hopefully, it's Wednesday or Thursday. I hope you're not staying up late enough to watch my video. But I wanted to dress up for you real nice, so I went and got a nice big long turtleneck shirt. Oh, it looks so nice. Let me give you a better view of this thing. Oh, it's not a turtleneck shirt. It's just a turtleneck. The truth is, I bought this a few years ago. I got this for a dance party that we had for the church on a snow camp. We go on senior high snow camps. We had a space themed dance party, and so I bought this because it was part of a Star Trek uniform outfit. Anyway, I just wore that because I wanted to have a little bit of fun with you. Trying to have a little bit of fun and keep things a little bit light. I hope you guys are able to have some fun wherever you're at right now. If you're in your home with your parents or whatever, I hope you're finding opportunities to have fun. I hope you're having opportunities to sing praises to the Lord and opportunities to pray, as we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. This week, we're going to be talking about opportunities for joy. If you have a Bible, and if you don't have a Bible, go grab one. You can pause this video and go grab one. But if you have a Bible, go ahead and open it to Psalm chapter 30. Psalm chapter 30. I want to read from Psalm chapter 30 because we're talking about joy today. And I want to talk about where joy really comes from. Where joy really comes from. So Psalm chapter 30, if you're not there yet, go ahead and pause the video while you turn. And then when you start it back, I'll go ahead and begin to read. Psalm chapter 30, verse 8 says this, actually starting in verse 6. This is a psalm of David, and David wrote these psalms. His intention was that this psalm be sung on the way to the temple. So people would climb up the temple mountain, and as they would climb, they would sing psalms. They were called psalms of ascent, right? Like ascending up a mountain. And so David said this, when I was prosperous, what does prosperous mean? Prosperous means like things are going really well. You're making money, life is good, you're prosperous, things are great. He says, when I was prosperous, I said to myself, nothing can stop me now. Your favor, O Lord, has made me secure as a mountain, right? Mountains don't often move. And then you turned away from me, and I was shattered. I want to think about this statement for a minute, right? David says, there was a time when I was prosperous, and I thought to myself, nothing bad could go wrong, right? Kind of like our world tends to be most of the time. Our world is pretty secure. Our markets, our parents' jobs are pretty secure. Our ability to go to church, our ability to go to school, it's pretty secure, right? The yellow bus, it shows up every day, no matter what. Our life tends to be pretty secure. And when our life is like that, sometimes we're like David and we say to ourselves, nothing can stop me. Things are going great. He says, I felt like a mountain, unmoving, like I would never go away. But then things didn't go so great. Things changed a bit. Things get a little rougher. And David says, I was what? I was shattered. I thought that I was this mountain, this strong force that was immovable. But then bad things came, and I found out I wasn't a mountain. In fact, I was glass. Right? A mountain's immovable, but David finds out he's actually pretty fragile. That he's weak. He says I was shattered like a picture frame being dropped off the shelf, or like a baseball going through a window. My life just came apart. Pretty hard to find joy in a time like that, when you thought you were a mountain, but it turns out you're just a piece of glass that can be shattered so easily. So David says, I found out that I wasn't as strong as I was, and I was shattered. And so what's David do about it? Verse 8, he says, I cried out to you, O Lord. I begged the Lord for mercy, saying, what will you gain if I die? If I sink into the grave, can my dust praise you? Can it tell of your faithfulness? Hear me, O Lord, and have mercy on me. Help me, O Lord. You have turned, here he starts kind of a new thought. So first he thinks he's this mountain, this immovable force. Then he finds out he's glass just shattered. And so he cries out to the Lord. And then in verse 11, God responds. And David says, you turned my mourning, my sadness, right? Think about mourning like a person going to a funeral. You turned my mourning into cheerful dancing. What's the most opposite thing of mourning? The most opposite thing of a funeral? Probably dancing. There's nothing there's levels of happiness. There's like, oh, I'm happy, or like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm having a good day. And then there's like dancing happy. Dancing happy is so happy. No one dances when they're, yeah, I'm all right. No one dances when they're like, yeah, I'm having a good day. People dance when they are over the moon happy. David says, I cried out to the Lord, and he turned my mourning into joyful dancing. You've taken away my clothes of mourning, right? Picture this funeral. Picture this person in black clothes, mourning, being sad. And you clothe me with joy, so that I might sing praises to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give you thanks forever. David, he thinks he's this mountain. He thinks he's immovable. But then his life changes. And all of a sudden he sinks low, and he finds out that he's not a mountain. He's just glass. Just broken. But he does the right thing. What is the right thing? To not try and manufacture joy. To not just pursue the next thing that will make him happy, right? If he just wanted the next thing that would make him happy, maybe he'd go out and buy something new. I don't know what people bought back then. Maybe he'd go buy a shiny new donkey or something. Beautiful chariot. Now people maybe go out and buy the greatest new action figure, or a sweet new bike, or whatever it is. Great new video game. You could pursue those things, and those bring happiness, right? Of course they bring happiness. If they didn't bring happiness, people wouldn't buy them. Let me ask you this. When you were a little kid, did you have like one of those fake key sets? My little girls had a set of those, right? They'd get these keys, and they'd try and stick them in different holes around the house, like, oh, stick it in here and try and turn things on, or they'd pretend that they were going to go drive their car. And they don't really care about those keys anymore, because Becca, my oldest, she's already 3, and then Rachel, she's 1, and they don't really care about the keys anymore. But they have this rocking horse that they really love, and they have these little people houses with the little like round people, the ones that sit in like a hole with a peg in it. They sit in those. I had some when I was a little kid, so they've been around forever. My little girls are using them. They're all into those people right now. They're all into the rocking horse. We just got a new like fake kitchen a few months ago from our cousins, and they're into that, and they're playing with all these new toys. They forgot about the keys. The keys are yesterday's business. Keys aren't fun anymore. They're all into these new things. I bet you, if you had one of those sets of keys, I bet you're not into it anymore. I bet if you had one of those little play kitchens, you've kind of been growing out of that. If you have a little rocking horse, maybe you don't really play with that as much. Or those little people, do you have the little people like I had? They don't really get played with by you anymore, do they? No, because we grow out of those. You know what? There's a lot of things in this life that can make you happy, but there's not a lot of things that can bring you joy. Here's the difference between happiness and joy. Joy, it doesn't matter. Joy doesn't go away. It doesn't depend on just the circumstances, right? If you thought you were a mountain, you can be happy. There's a lot of things when you're a mountain that can bring you pleasure, that can make you happy. See, what changed in David's situation? Whatever it was that made him go from thinking that he was a mountain to being shattered, he never says that that got fixed. The only thing that changed was that he prayed. The only thing that changed was he cried out to the Lord and he asked for change. Not change on like, God, please change this circumstance, though that's not a wrong prayer. But ultimately he said, God, change me. Help me to not be mourning over what I've lost. And God did it. He gave him joyful dancing, such excitement, such great joy that he began dancing. That's awesome. I want you to have the kind of joy that doesn't matter if the world's coming down around you. I don't want joy that's fleeting. I don't want happiness that goes away just because things go bad. See, with the Lord, we can have joy forever. We can have joy forever because God continues to grow with us. As we grow up and our desires, our wants change, God's always been enough to fulfill. He's always been enough to be what you need in that moment. And so he can bring real joy. So I want to encourage you this week as you go on about your week. We've been encouraging you to pray when you say to yourself, I'm bored. Encouraging you to find a song and put it in your heart and sing it. Now, if you've been praying and you've been singing, here's what I want you to do next. I want you to say, Lord, give me joy. Give me joy amid all of the bad. Give me joy in spite of the bad. Give me joy when things are good, right? Because things, even though things bad around us are happening, it doesn't mean that everything around us is bad all the time. There are good things, right? You've gotten to spend some time with your family that is a little bit more than normal, which is awesome. Lord, give me joy in that. Not just happiness. Give me real joy so that I can dance with joy. There you go. We've had pray, sing, and now I encourage you to dance. Dance for the Lord. Dance with joy, with great joy. All right, I owe you a challenge question, so here's my challenge question for you. There is somebody who danced with joy. In fact, the Bible says that he danced with all his might before the Lord. Who was that person? Here's your hint. Here's your hint. This person danced when the Ark of the Covenant showed up in his city. He was so excited. And if you still can't figure it out, look it up. It's in 2 Samuel chapter 6. This person danced with all his might before the Lord because he was so excited. That kind of joy that's just not just like, yeah, I'm kind of happy. He had so much excitement, so much happiness, so much joy. He couldn't help himself. He had to dance. And so he danced before the Lord with all his might. Who was that person? If you know it, give me a text, give me a call, 603-973-0551. We'd love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. Hear from who the answer is, but also just hear from you anyway. If you got some time, give me a call this week. I'd love to chat with you, see how things are going for you and your home and with your family. All right. I love you all so very much, and I miss seeing you in person. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are making the best of this time, that you are redeeming this time, not just letting it go to waste, but that you're learning to love the Lord more. Have a wonderful day.